Listen, too many people thought I would never get far and never supported the show. And one of my teachers pulled me out of my class to tell me my grades were low. I never do good when people all in my little personal space, invading the dough. That's when I knew that I had to get out and go get it, cause they weren't gonna do it no more. Took off jet fast, now I'm on their tail, so tell them the school is out. Brought all my partners with me, straight out the city and showed them a different little route. Ain't got a problem with saying that I love me some Jesus, yeah, they came out of my mouth. And all of them country girls and outlaws come straight out of the South. Let me take you back and show you where I'm from. Was down bad and they told me I was done. Now I'm hardly home and always on a run. And I can say that it was hard for me. Let me take you back and show you where I'm from. Was down bad and they told me I was done. Now I'm hardly home and always on a run. And I can say that it was hard for me.
The hooligans knew again, fluent in, moving souls. Need no Zans, need no grams, only IG when I roll. I just post up with the dolls, change your life with a bop. When I'm on, so LeBron, he's still the king through my flops. Hey, hated the second, the rapper, the reverend, this rapper's a weapon of God. Hey, landed the message you wanna request and I pull it like gripping the bars. Hey, they being late, then don't get it mistaken, the fame that we gain is a war. Hey, we give our glory to God, but our story on for you and put it in song.
Let me take you back and show you where I'm from.
You feel me?
Was down bad and they told me I was done. Now I'm hardly home and always on a run. And I can say that it was let me take you back and show you where I'm from. Was down bad and they told me I was done. Now I'm hardly home and always on a run. And I can say that it was hard for me. I done came a long way. I done came a long way. I can say I came a long way. It was hard for me. I done came a long way. I done came a long way. I can say I came a long way, a long way. Pyramid made of boulders. Yep, they try to tell me they be knowing the secrets that demons stolen and rich men be holding. Tell me where you get this notion. Illuminati nigga poking. Illuminati nigga. Illuminati nigga. Illuminati nigga. Illuminati nigga. Illuminati nigga.
What do you know about my vision? Now ask yourself, are you really ready to see that
vision? In terms, you can't bring me down. I know who I belong to. Yeah. What? I won't sell my soul. I know my worth. None from me. They say misery loves company. You show me hate, you gon' get love from me. These ain't raps, these Hebrew spirituals. I tell them guard your light, they wanna steal your glow. I started this with 60-second videos. Slight work, came up with this in like 5 minutes, bro. I'm thankful for this talent that he's given me. At this point, I can write about anything. No, for real, he give me songs soon as it cross my mind. I hear the beat, connect the dots, and all the bars around. We wrestle not against flesh, guard your mind. These demons see something in you that's hard to find. That's why they talking down. You can't put no fear in me, don't cross the line. I'm a work in progress. No matter what I'm going through, I know who I belong to. Them haters wanna turn your smile into a frown, but never let them bring you down.
I know who I belong to, yeah. I won't sell my soul, I know my worth. Yeah. They say misery loves company. You show me hate, you won't get none from me. No, 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 no.
I gotta do better, I got an idea, get some signs and we should set up shop. Word, they need to hear this word on every block. With no fear, we gon' keep going if they tell us stop. Bring affliction, I got on my persecution vest. Hearing well done, faithful servant, that's true success. Faith and works, he'll do the rest. It's now or never, even through trial and error. Said he would never forsake me and I don't doubt him ever. I pray his mercies are newer as every second passes. He gave us second chances. When it's said and done, no matter what I'm going through, I know who I belong to. Finding creative ways to get the youth to listen to songs about biblical laws and our Savior's crucifixion. Enter the kingdom as a child. He gives grace to the humble, but he resists the proud. Never let them bring you down.
Yeah. In the day, how you gonna act? Shalom.
Yo, Drock.
Yeah.
Yo.
Oh boy. Yeah. Words can never say. I love this truth. Can't believe we the chosen. We gonna make it. Just hold on. Yeah. This little light, I'ma let it shine. Alright. This is the moment I waited for my whole life. Yeah. Just a vessel for his glory. Let it shine. Alright. Father, shine your light on me.
Yeah, let it shine. Thankful for this life, cause it was never mine. Prophecy got me thinking ahead of time. Slaves and iron yoke singing, swing low, sweet chariot. Through all that oppression, he was there with us. It's like he's sending angels forth, like show them their heritage. Separate the wheat and tares, tell them about their curses so they be aware. Yeah, the spirit in you is priceless. Consider the lilies, they more arrayed than Solomon in all of his glory. Appreciate creation, that's my favorite part of the story. Straighten up your crown, king. Go and tell our people about him. Do work if you able-bodied. This my gift, it ain't a hobby. And it's obvious. Looking at Deuteronomy like, this might be us. And this could be our last shot. It's no better time than right now. Remember in your lifetime, you should let your light shine.
This little light, I'ma let it shine. Alright. This is the moment I waited for my whole life. Yeah. Just a vessel for his glory. Let it shine. Alright. Father, shine your light on me. Yeah.
Words could never say. Tell me what's worse, never attempting to fulfill your calling, or shooting at the wrong target even though you put your all in. What if you were given an objective different than what you expected? Project dreams got me thinking about my innocence, wishing that I could begin again. Enter the kingdom as an infant, it was simple then. No backbiting, nobody envying. Just because you not famous don't mean you not the chosen. And it don't make me righteous because I quote a scripture. Keep it solid, the Father's watching, he noticed the difference. Listen, I would never do this for attention. All esteem to the Father, Kahalayim La'aba. Keep it humble, this gift was given, I don't deserve it. The Rock, you only wanna shine or see some souls converted. A solid brother gon' lift you up when you feel discouraged. Never oppress you. Listen, family, you special. I be like, Father, help me reach him in 60 seconds. I vow to follow Messiah and never look down on my brethren. Stick to your objective no matter how small it is. He gon' judge you by your actions, not by your audience. Somebody close to you might give up if you call it quits. It's obvious, we at the end, they know what time it is. And this could be our last shot. It's no better time than right now. Remember in your lifetime, go on and let your light shine. Let it shine, alright. This is the moment, yeah. My whole life, yeah, yeah, yeah.
My water straight from the throne. We built the altar with the unhewn stones. Roam through the city, all we seeing is these bones. So my face like flint till I wake a couple souls. A prophet hated by his own, so the father sent his son to bring the tribes of Jacob home. Jumping through these traps cause they trying to see us gone, but we walking through the fire just like Daniel and his bros. From every sheep to her zone, we stay inside the book because the book is all we own. Heritage and you better hold it on. We like David fighting giants with no armor and a stone. We face east cause a car home. We face east just to call home. We can't sleep till we all home. We won't rest till they all gone. So I guess that we be calling out they all bones. Bless the seed, invest the deep in the laws of our God. Niggas Elohim, Shema, Warapah, all the side the king. Barakatah, Yahweh, and Mashad Nagim. Bless the seed, invest the deep in the laws of our God. Niggas Elohim, Shema, Warapah, all the side the king. Barakatah, Yahweh, and Mashad Nagim. From Bereshit to the books in Greek, the dragon took the sheep. Man, the book complete. The father looked for peace, but we shook the beast. Now we up until our power put the hook in cheek. Shema, Yasha Allah, Abanawa, Yahweh, Ahad. He the tower till he give us the power of God. Though in the tower you will never devour a tribe. The Lord despised all you devils, your hours arrive. Bless the seed that kept the peace. Never forgot the poor and he kept the feast. We trying to dodge destruction, they can't stop the seed. Barakatah, Yahweh, and Mashad Nagim. Bless the seed that kept the peace. Never forgot the poor and he kept the feast. Trying to dodge destruction, they can't stop the seed. Barakatah, Yahweh, and Mashad Nagim.
Tend to forget that. Shalom, shalom, Israel. This is Officer Knock with another Milk Monday class. Today's topic is going to be who is Esau, Edom. I know some of y'all, or maybe all of y'all, are excited for this. Also, we're going to give out some shout outs. But first and foremost, want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Amashak Yahweh Shai. Also want to thank everyone for coming in, all of our faithful congregants who come in every week to all our classes. We really appreciate you coming in and supporting us and getting edified in this truth that we give out pretty much every day of the week. So with that, we're going to go through this kind of quick because we have a lot of precepts to go through. Captain All Your All is going to be bringing out a lot of precepts. We're going to be going over a lot of scriptures dealing with the person named Esau, who he is, what's the issue with Esau, what's going to happen to Esau, all that and much more. But before we get there, I'm going to go ahead and get a little plug before we get the shout outs. Check it out. We'll be right back.
All right, so I just got something in the mail from my brother Shaquat out there in San Francisco, man. Smooth like butter, man. Smooth like butter. Yo, let me let you see what it look like. All right, the whipped cream, whipped body butter is what they call it. Yo, it smells good. It really smells good. Go check it out, man. All right, I got it on right now. It feels good. My skin glowing, the whole nine, y'all. Go get you some of this smooth like butter. So to you again, SMUVLIKEBUTTA.com. Smoothlikebutter.com. All right, y'all go cop that, man. It's an Israelite business. We got to start supporting each other, man. Let's support Israelite businesses. All right. Hey, man, brothers and sisters, when they start businesses and stuff, you know what I'm saying? The majority of them, put back into the community, man, to help us push the word. So make sure you all supporting these Israelite businesses. Brother shipped out fast. You know what I'm saying? I got it quick all the way from Cali. All right, it smells good, feels good, the whole nine yards. So go ahead and get it, smoothlikebutter.com. All right, so I just got something in the mail from my brother Shaquat out there in San Francisco, man. Smooth like butter, man. Smooth like butter. Yo, let me let you see what it look like. All right, the whipped cream.
All praises, all praises. That is smooth like butter. That's our Captain, Captain Shaquat out in San Francisco. You can go to his website at SMUV. Come on, Cap, making a lot of noise. BUTTA.
I didn't know I was on the screen.
Oh, Salaki. Smooth like butter, SMUVLIKEBUTTA.com is where you'll find that product. I heard that is really, really nice. I have not ordered any yet, but I will be ordering some, Captain. So be looking for my order. It's for them ashy elbows and them ashy kneecaps, right? Welcome, Captain Arya. All is in the building.
Hey, Shalom.
All praises, all praises. So with that, got one more thing I want to show, because we have an event coming up in San Francisco, and I'm going to bring it out here right now. This is August 26th in San Francisco. This is the official camp groundbreaking for our congregation out in San Francisco Bay Area. It will be the Anointed House of Saints. Supported teachings from other camps will be unifying with other camps, Believers of the Way, Nation of Kings and Priests, and also Malachium. This is going to start at 12 p.m. Pacific time until it'll be at the famous Pier 39, San Francisco, in front of the Ben & Jerry's Ice Cream Parlor. All brothers and sisters are welcome. Please come out, support the brothers. They would love to have you out there, and would love to have you edified with that. So please, if you can make it out there, please do so. All right, let's get out to these shout outs real quick. Let's see. And as always, we know who's always first in the building, right? Of course. We got our very own special Joan Gilchrist. Shalom, sis. Shalom. AHOS Kazakia. Shalom. Shalom. To our brother Boaz in Ohio. Shalom. Shalom. Our brother Malachi, what's up? Welcome. Good to see you, brother. Glad you're here. Brother Soldier, be like ants. Shalom to you, brother. Shalom. Hey, shalom, One Walker. Shalom, brother. Haven't seen you since Passover. Shalom to you, Yakum Yah, Captain Yakum Yah, out in North Carolina. Shalom to you. Shalom to Officer Kadar Aharan in Dallas. Shalom. In Texas. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom to AHOS Quadash. Shalom, brother. Good to see you. Shalom to DTA Twan. Shalom. Shalom. DTA. Uh-oh.
I was about to say, is that just me, or did you just freeze? Are you frozen? Okay. Are you there? Go out and come back in. Leave and come back. All right. So I don't know.
Man, you didn't pass that bug over to me, man. What you do?
I ain't passed nothing.
No, you passed that for me from last week, man, because my stuff was working good. See?
You in
No, but my
Michigan. That
stuff
ain't
was
got
working
nothing to do with
good. I
me.
don't know what you did, but you passed that damn virus up here, man. Oh. All right, let me finish giving a shout out. Salaki, everyone. Salaki. We are, man, these technical difficulties are crazy, boy.
It's
I tell you,
StreamYard, bro.
man, that's Esau. He know we talking about his ass today.
Yeah.
By the way,
See my
all right,
light not
let me,
working. Had to get a lamp.
right,
All type of crap going on, bro.
right. All right, let me finish the shout out. So let me give a shout out to Salakia. Shalom to Nazar, 12 Gates Israelite. Shalom, brother. Shalom to you. Shalom to Sister Belen Cristela. Shalom, sis, out in Texas. Shalom to you, sis. Shalom to brother Tawabia. That's a good brother. Good to see you, Tawabia, out on the West Coast. Shalom to Barzaya. Shalom, brother. Shalom to Yaakov with the battle axes. Shalom, brother. Welcome. Glad to have you here again. Shalom to brother John Allen. Shalom. Shalom to our Captain Judah out in North Carolina. Shalom to you. Akmasha. Shalom. Akmosha. Shalom, brother. Glad to have you here. Let's see. Anariah, Israel. Shalom. Let's see who else we got. We got anyone else? There we go. AHOS Soldier Banyamin. Shalom, brother. Ohio. Shalom. And I think that may be everyone. If I missed anyone, Salakia, I'll call you out if I see you come in during the class. But now it's time for everyone to get your pens. We got a lot of precepts tonight. Get your notepad, get your Bibles, your Apocrypha, because we're going to be going through the whole book. All right, so get all that you need. Get some fiddles, maybe popcorn, a soda, or something like that. Sit back, relax, and let's enjoy this class this evening. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Captain. All yours.
All right, y'all. Shalom. Of course, we want to start by giving all honor and praise and glory to the Most High Yahweh by Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shah. That is the Most High Yahweh, who y'all call God or Yahweh in the name of His Son Yahweh Shai, who they call Jesus Christ, right? So basically had some brothers ask me to do this class. We didn't have it on this channel yet, so we're gonna go ahead and get into it, right? Before we get into the precepts, because there are a lot of precepts that we can use to prove who exactly Esau is. We're gonna do that today, right? There's gonna be no discrepancy. There's gonna be no way for you to say he's black. There's gonna be no way for you to say he's Ishmael, Arab, any of that crap, right? So, and even for the Arab nations, we're gonna go specifically into the ones that Ishmael can and can't be, which means the ones Ishmael is not would leave Esau as the remaining ones. And we can explain how that's the case when we get to Alexander in a minute. All right. But before we get into any of that, I got two videos that I want to show you guys. Before we get into the videos, hold on a second. So just to show you guys something right quick, right? I know Jake doesn't like to read one of the Proverbs as a curse for us, right? Deuteronomy 28, what's that? 32? Proverb byword, right? A proverb that they have for black people, Hispanic, Native Americans is that if you want to hide something from us, do what? Put it in a book, right?
That's right.
There's a big discrepancy on who Esau is in the Israelite community because Israelites like white people, Israelites like whatever, right? Some Israelites don't like white people and want to believe everybody in the Bible is black and so on and so forth, right? So there's all these discrepancies. But the thing is, Esau being a nation that still exists today, they have people that have written on who Esau is based on them being able to track the history of the Edomites, right? And when you read books on the history of these people, it's never who niggas on Facebook say it is, right? So we got books like Who is Esau Edom? As you see on the cover, they have an Arab and then a bunch of Edomites, right? Or what you would call white people, right? Which aren't really white, they're red, which is why they're red on the picture. This is by Charles Wiseman, a Jewish man, right? This is the Roman Empire, the empire of the Edomite, right? So the Roman Empire, the empire of the Edomite from 1853 by William Beeston. History of Edom and Khazaria, the other Israel, right? By Malachi E. Lewis. Are Esau's descendants of the white race the Edomite? Question mark. Richard Poole. Like, there's all these books that prove who Esau is. We didn't write them, but they're out there, right? All you have to do is Google this stuff. Just simple Google search, right? You'll never find him to be the Arab unless somebody's doing what they're doing in the video we're gonna see second, right? Where he's explaining that there's Arab nations that have Esau's gene in it, but the Arab nations he's gonna pull up, when you Google them, they look like white people. They're not really Ishmaelites, so to speak, right? So we're gonna go through all of this just to kind of prove it, so that you guys see what I'm talking about. But by the end of this lesson, there shouldn't be any discrepancy as to who is Esau is, right? So let's go ahead and watch this video right quick. Y'all hit the like button when y'all come in the building. Baba Kasha. We don't get paid in money, we get paid in likes. Support the channel. Sorry, I want to fast forward through that. I didn't want to hear that crap. Hope I ain't messed nothing up fast forwarding. Don't know what's going on. Why it's acting so slow? What the hell, Knock?
They know it, man, because it's the topic today. We had issues last week.
I ain't have no problem before this jump. My internet says it's perfectly fine.
Mine says that too. That's why I was tripping. Like, I looked down and I seen the internet is working, but everything just froze. So
Won't let me fast forward the video. Like, come on, bro. This is some dumb shit.
they don't want us to know who they are.
All right.
You just got a small clip, or is it?
Nah, it's a 4-minute video. Like, and then as soon as I take it off the screen, it wants to start working. You see this crap?
Hey,
It's going on.
We know what's up. We know the enemy is at work. They control the airwaves.
One more time.
Right,
Most High's going on.
Just let it play. Just let it play.
Look at this shit.
Experiencing interruptions. Find out why.
Then it's talking about video streaming results for Gwinnett County. That don't make no sense. Yo, this is wild. All right, guys.
All right. Well, we see what.
I'm not gonna keep trying to play this shit.
That Edomite arm is long.
Now, as I get off the screen, it's allowing me to freaking show the video.
Yeah, that Edomite arm is long.
They got me on Canary Missions. Every time I do an Edomite video, they don't let me bring the shit out now.
Right.
It's crazy.
Who lived in the region of modern Jordan and southern Israel.
Look at this.
Wow.
Okay. Knock.
Wow.
Can you pull this video up for me, please?
What is it called?
There's 2 ways to skin a cat. Can you see that?
The Incredible Journey?
The Incredible Journey. Who are the Edomites? Just type in who are the Edomites. It's going to pop up.
All right. Let me pull it up. That's wild.
In fact, I'll send you the link on your phone. Salakia, guys, for the technical difficulty. I promise you this worked. I watched it 5 times before I did this. 5 times.
What was the channel called? The what?
The Incredible Journey. Yeah, it should pop right up.
Okay, The Incredible Journey. And what was the title of that one?
Who are the Edomites?
Okay. Let's go to
Shalom to everybody coming in the building, Baba Kasha. Y'all hit the like button. Trying to pull up this video. Esau is not letting me play it. You know what I'm saying?
looking for it. I'm on here, but I'm looking for it. Who are the Edomites? Oh, here we go. Who were the Edomites or who are the Edomites?
Okay. Who are the Edomites?
And that's not the one.
I'm gonna send you the link. No.
Wow, I don't even see it on here. Who are the Edomites? All right, here we go. I got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
I got 2 videos, so I'm gonna send you both of them, so I don't have to do this. Sending them to your phone, not Telegram.
Okay, where do you want me to start it?
Just start it at the beginning.
Con.
I hate Esau.
Hey, that's what it is. Let's see if he does it on my end too.
Is it gonna play? Are you pulling
Can you
up?
see it? Can you see that?
Yeah. Make it big, please. All right. The other one I sent you queued up.
What was
the
that?
Edomites, who lived in the
The one I
region
sent
of
you
modern
queued up.
Jordan and southern.
I sent you one on your phone.
Oh, I don't.
All right,
That's
I'll
not-
send it on Telegram.
Yeah. Do that because my phone is. Then I'd have to transfer to the
All
laptop.
right, press play. Press play.
Con.
Southern Israel are an almost forgotten ancient kingdom. Today, this area is known for the famous UNESCO World Heritage and Archaeological Site of Petra, the Rose Red City. Now,
Pause,
the
right quick.
Hebrew word Edom means red, and
Yeah, you're gonna have to stay alert because now I don't have the controls of the video. So when I need
Con.
to pause, you gotta pause.
Yeah. Just trying to.
All right, so go back 10 seconds. Just press the little button, or 5 seconds. Press the little like back button on your thing, the little arrow, or you could do that. That's fine. Just show the picture of the thing.
That right there.
Yes. All right. So does this look familiar to anybody? This type of structure here. So like, does this look familiar to anybody? Does it look anything like a place that you might have seen before that white people are known for living in? Greece, right? So this is Petra Rakhmu. This is in Jordan, nowhere near Greece. This is in what they call the Middle East, right? So first thing you have to understand, the first place that this isn't Mount Seir either, by the way. This is Petra Rakhmu, right? This is Mount Petra. This is like their second big home. So it's after they moved from Mount Seir. So Mount Seir is a mount, then Petra Rakhmu is a mount, then the Caucasus Mountains are a mount, right? Is a certain people that live in these types of areas. They're not the first ones to live here because they even stole this from somebody. but
Right.
like everything that they have looks similar to the original people that they stole from, because once they stole it, they began to make structures and copy their architecture, right? To the point where now it looks like that. Right. Petra means rock in Spanish as well. And as you see, this is a city made of a rock. Right? So go ahead, press play.
the Rose Red City. Now, the Hebrew word Edom means red and relates to the name of its founder, Esau, the firstborn son of the patriarch Isaac and his wife Rebekah.
Salakia. I'm sorry. Where'd you get this?
I Googled it. I just Googled. I literally told you what I typed in. I said if you type this in, like I said it would pop up. Who is Esau on YouTube? And this is the video that it gave me.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Is everybody seeing this? Or is it just me? Or am I noticing something that's almost like I'm kind of surprised.
Well, you see a bunch of white people.
Yeah, but that's typical because they also say the Jews are white, but I don't know. Okay.
But you also see a red man with red hair.
Red hair. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone's white.
Isaac and Rebekah had twin sons, and the brothers had a tumultuous relationship from birth. The Hebrew
And
Bible
Salakia
tells
for the
us
white guy telling the
that
story,
Esau
but
was a hunter,
best I could do.
while
Best I could do. We'll tell it our way in a minute, but I want you guys to hear how they tell the story, right? But as you see, right, they have no problem letting you know Esau was white and that he had red hair. They know what red means, guys. Don't let them be, fooled. Don't let them fool you into thinking they don't know what red means. And ironically, they draw the Jewish guy, with the Jewish face and the brown hair, brunette looking ugly dude, right? That's what they want you to think Jacob looked like. And Esau was the rough red guy with the hairy body and stuff, right?
All the hair on the body.
Yeah,
all the scribble lines.
Right. When all of the white folks have hair on their body and only black people, some of us, because there is really hairy niggas too, but there's brothers that aren't as hairy as, white people, so to speak, aren't as hairy as Ishmaelites. You know what I'm saying? I would say the only people less hairy than black people probably are Lot's children. You can barely find hair on an Asian person. But other than that, we probably the less hairy people, the least hairy people on the planet besides them. Everybody else has more hair, right? And Esau, being our brother, has a whole lot more than us. So it would stand out as it does in this picture, right? But we'll get to that when we get to Genesis. Go ahead and press play.
his twin brother Isaac helped his mother around the home tent. As a young adult, Esau sold his firstborn birthright to the family inheritance to his brother Jacob for a bowl of red pottage. This caused friction between the brothers, and the Bible tells us that the nations of the Edomites, the descendants of Esau, and the Israelites, the descendants of Jacob, often clashed. These conflicts between Israel and Edom, Babylon and Egypt are recorded in the Bible. In fact, Edom and the Edomites are mentioned some 130 times in the Bible. Some of the more well-known ones are: 1. God blessed Esau because he was a descendant of Abraham. So Esau dwelt in Mount Seir. This was the land to the south and east of the Dead Sea, and became known as the land of Edom. 2. There was enmity between Esau and Jacob. 3.
All right, hold on, pause.
The
Pause
Israelites had been traveling.
Pause video. Okay. WO, World War Without End. I bet. Yeah, I like that name, by the way. That's really dope. Esau is not black, never was black, and we're about to show you how it's not possible for him to be black, right? What they try to tell you he's black for is because people, duck monkeys, the Negro-only niggas, right, that want you to think everybody in the Bible is black and that the rest of the people on the planet that aren't black, they just popped up, boop, right? That don't make no damn sense. The Bible is a Bible for the Israelites, but it explains how all the nations got here, right? Which means we would have to be able to account for everybody on the planet Earth right now via people in the Bible, right? So if Esau was black and everybody else on the planet was black, the only logical explanation for how the white people got here would be to say that they're the reptilian damn alien niggas that popped off a Planet X nebula or whatever the hell they call it, right?
Nubaru.
Yeah, that junk. No, that's fake, bro. That ain't happened. What happened is what the white man is telling you, right? Which we're going to prove in the Bible. Esau was born red, as Genesis tells us, right? Jacob's color was never mentioned because before Esau, there was never a red person born, right? This is how we know that he was red. There's no such thing as white people on the planet. The place that Esau lived after Mount Seir, Petra, that we showed a minute ago, if you rewind the video, it's called the Red Rose City, right? It's clay red rock, and they made it look just like Greece before Greece was Greece. You understand? So, yeah, just rewind that if you missed all of that. But we're gonna keep going, and we're gonna read Genesis where it says Esau is red, not black, right? We have scriptures where it talks about Israelites being black. We have scriptures where it calls brothers dark as Kedar, black and comely, but it never calls Esau black any damn thing. So anybody telling you Esau is black either can't read, or they're a duck monkey, or it's quite frankly both. I would say that.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
But understand that they did mix with the other nations, so that's a confusion.
So
Because
them
later
mixing with
on,
the other nations, what they do is they'll say his wife was black and he had 3 black wives. Well, for one, just because you have a wife from a nation that had a black father doesn't mean that the wife was black.
right?
You don't know what her mother was, right? And then black comes in many different shades and colors. And then we can see when white people have babies today with black people, they don't always look black, right? So even if this red guy has babies with black people, it doesn't mean the baby is going to look black. We have Austin Mahone, we have Blake Griffin, we have a bunch of niggas like that, right? So you could go down the line, and then if they have kids with white people, the kids don't look black, right? Austin Mahone's kid look white, Drake's kid look white, right? So again, we can use the facts from today because there's no new thing under the sun to prove what's what. Jacob's color was never mentioned, but there's Israelites called black. Esau has descendants in the Bible. None of them are ever called black. They're all called red. The cities they name after the color red because they're red. That's what they associate themselves with, right? Red, white, and blue. Red. What's the color of the Turk flag? Red. What was the color of Rome? Red. Red, 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 red. Okay? Press play.
God.
Through the wilderness from Egypt to the promised land. But when the Israelites asked the Edomites if they could travel through their land, they were refused passage. 4. In the days of Saul, Edom was controlled by Israel. 5. King David had a military victory over Edom and established garrisons in Edom. 6. The Edomites revolted and became independent of Israel. 7. The prophet Jeremiah
No, that's disrespectful. All right, you can stop.
spoke against Edom.
You can stop the video now.
8. Mount Seir was the center of the Edomites, and
but you see Mount Seir, right? So that's Mount Seir, the center of the Edomites, right? For a long time. Do you have the other video that I want you to play? This video is going to be a little telling because he's going to talk about the Middle East. Let me see if this video plays on my end.
See if you can play it first. You sent that other one to me on
Telegram. Right?
Okay,
it's cool if you didn't get it. I don't know what's going on.
For now, just know that much, though by no means all,
good
Arab world carries with them the genes of Esau. In particular, a large segment of the Turkish population is related to Esau.
Okay, so hold on. I want to let you guys see what he's got on the screen here, right? This is a college professor, Tom Bradford, right? Bible teacher. So it says, once I get this thing off the screen, I don't know why it hasn't left yet. Okay, it's not going to go nowhere. So it says, had Esau been happily blessed, he would not have wanted to kill Jacob, right? Although he was happily blessed, he just didn't like that the birthright was stolen, which Bible teachers can't never tell the story completely correct, but they will tell some things correct, which is the only reason why I'm showing this video, right? He's going to go into the people in the Middle East that would most likely be Edomites, and I'm going to prove how he's correct here, right? The problem is some Israelites find out that there's people in the Middle East, so-called, that have Edomite DNA, and they don't do the research as to how. They don't go into Alexander and find out how white people even got to being in all these different nations and stuff like that, taking over Ishmael's land. Like, so what has to be understood is that once Jake finds out anything about Esau being in the Middle East, they try to make all quote unquote Arabs, Edomites. So that's what a big doctrine has started, right? When I first came into the truth, wasn't any doctrine about Esau being black. That's a new thing when the Negro only idiots came out, right? But before that, it was Esau was the Arab, right? And there was this nigga that looked a lot like Pastor Dow that was talking about Esau as Saudi Arabia, Saudi Arabia and stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I forget what that dude's name was. He looked a lot like Pastor Dow. You know what I'm saying? He might have been Pastor Dow from a different name. I don't know. But he looked a lot like him to me. Anyway, so this dude was teaching the East Saudi Arabia thing. A couple niggas caught on to that probably had white mamas and white girlfriends and stuff and didn't want to believe that they was Edomites. And then the doctrine got pushed, right? So here we are. There's now been Israelites that have come out proving the truth. So professors are having to sprinkle a little bit of the truth into their teachings now so that they don't look completely stupid, as they always have to do once we start debating them, right? So was it Ron Dalton?
Ron Dalton, yeah, he does teach that it's East Saudi Arabia. East Saudi Arabia. That is right. I just thought about that when Malak typed it. And yep.
That's damn, Ron. You're dumber than I thought. All right. Anyway, so it says Esau equals Edom, right? King Herod, the Idumean, right? So this guy knows about Idumea, which is in the Apocrypha, right? So that should be telling for you, for people that, you know, go to Christian school. This professor knows about the Idumean word, and he's likening it to the Edomites, who he's also likening to King Herod, who he's also going to say are related to the Ottoman Turks, Syrians, Kurds, Turkish people, right? All these different people. He's going to say majority of Muslims are related to Esau. I wouldn't actually say that. I would say the founders of Islam are related to Esau. But he's since spread out, and Ishmael has grasped hold of it as well. He was there when it happened. You know what I'm saying? So it's become a religion for Ishmael and Esau, but Esau, I would argue, is the one that started the Muslim religion. Yes. He's going to tell you the truth about that. That is true. Yes, Muhammad would be an Edomite. Yes. In the Hadiths, they even say he's white as snow, right? With red hair. And who did they just show us? A guy that was white as snow with red hair, ironically. So, in the Middle East, right? So, in a minute, we're going to talk about how they got there, besides them being born. Something else we got to understand, right? They're born in the same place we're born. They lived in Mount Seir, which is in the so-called Middle East, right? So, it's not like it was hard for them to take over the land. It's not like they hadn't been mixing with people the whole time they were there. So once Alexander gets on the scene, it's not like he had to do a whole lot of work. There were already people in every country that looked like him because of the original man Esau, right? But the Bible prophesies how Alexander would actually, you know, grow and spread, right?
Quickly. Fast.
So we'll get to that in a moment as well. But I just wanted to point these notes out for y'all before he gets into it, because he's going to get into the Esau thing being the Arab, right? And for those of y'all that don't know what an Arab is, Arab just means mixed person from the Middle East. It's a mixture of races. An Arab is either from the patrilineage of the Edomites, the patrilineage of the Ishmaelites, or the patrilineage of the Elamites, right? This is primarily the people who make up the Arabs, okay? So you can look up all the smaller nations like the Gergetites and the Hivites and all the other Hittites and stuff like that. But you know, yeah, main ones we got today would be known as Esau, right? Or the white man, Elam, the East Indian, right? Persians, Afghanistan, all of that is Elam. And then you got the rest of them that aren't Esau would end up being Ishmael, right? So we'll get into that in a minute. So let me let him play. We're going to play a little bit of this, and then I'm going to get into the notes. We got a lot of precepts to prove this.
And the Kurdish people of Iraq. We should at least have heard of the Ottoman Empire, which ruled the Middle East for many centuries, from about 1300 to just after World War I. The Ottomans.
So 1300 to after World War I. Remember that time, because this is Renaissance period, right? 1300 to World War I is right smack dab at the beginning of the Renaissance. The Ottomans are taking over the so-called Middle East, right? And now they run it. So keep that in mind. Keep that date there.
Were a dominant tribe in the nation of Turkey. And it was these particular Turks who are direct descendants of Esau.
Now, you've heard people say this before, right? The Ottoman Turks or Edomites, blah, 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 blah. Well, Turkey flag. Let me show you something, right? Before we let him finish. So we got the Turkey flag, right? Turkish flag. As you see, it's red. They got the star and they got the moon for Islam, right? Ruler of Turkey. What that look like? Don't that look like Benjamin Netanyahu's little brother? Do he look like a white guy to you, or does he look like an Ishmaelite?
Hey,
Knock,
Cap.
are you there? Because you're the only one I can talk to, bro.
God. I'm here.
What y'all think in the comments? What he look like?
Hey, can you pull up a side, another pic with, or maybe see if you have him and the Netanyahu together?
Well, how about this? Ruler of Turkey and Saudi prince. Wow. Okay. Here's a difference for you. So here's an Ishmaelite and here's an Edomite, right? With a little bit of Ishmael DNA. You can still see a difference though. What is, oh, did I click on this? So yeah, you see one dresses like an Edomite, one dresses like Ishmael, right? If we were to put ruler of Turkey next to Benjamin Netanyahu, I don't even know how to spell his damn name.
N-E-T.
It's okay, it'll pop up.
N-E-T-Y, yeah.
It'll be all right.
Can that one be enlarged?
I don't know. I'd have to go to this other page. But as you see, they look like two old white guys.
They look like two brothers.
If you feel me? So these are white men with quote unquote Middle Eastern mothers with white patriarchal fathers, right? Right. If you listen to a Negro only, he'll tell you,
Ishmael was black. So all of Esau's kids are black.
Right? No, we're not mocking you, says Ray Borgia. This has nothing to do with you besides you being an Edomite yourself. We ain't say nothing about your ugly ass this whole video. Stay over there. So like Benjamin Netanyahu, right? He basically is in a situation where he's got like Jewish mother, right? And his Jewish mother is supposed to have, Ishmael or Israelite DNA, but we know it ain't really Israelite. So it's most likely Ishmaelite or Philistine, right? And then we have this dude, however you pronounce his name, from Turkey. He's got a Ishmaelite mother, right? If you Google her and stuff like that. And both of them damn near look like they could be related for real, right? They got two different moms, but the same, but fathers of the same stock. You understand what I'm saying?
Seed line.
So, and look at the difference. And then, like I showed you before, when you put him next to a Saudi prince, right? He doesn't look like a Saudi prince. He looks quite different, quite, old and Edomite-ish. So, and this ain't even the darkest prince of the Middle East, right? He's one of the lighter ones. And he still looks more black than the ruler of Turkey. And this ruler of Turkey, believe it or not, is one of the darker looking ones that they've had in a long time. Yeah, you see this guy? That looks like one of the fathers from the Genovese family. He was the one before this dude. This is what the Turkey rulers usually look like, right? And this is what the Saudi princes usually look like. As you see, there are two different groups of people, right? So I wanted to point that out to you guys so that there's no discrepancy here. But let's get back to the video, and then we're going to get these beautiful precepts.
And of course, these Turks are Muslim. And we know from Bible prophecy that the Turks are going to play a primary role in the events of Revelation as enemies of Israel. All comes together.
He's teaching the Turks are going to be, Magog and Gog, because that's what he thinks. We know that's like Russia, but they're the same people, right? Turks are going to definitely help along with Ishmael. But yeah, Turks would sit there with Iran and stuff like that. I would also say Iran is a sect of them is Ishmael, but a sect of them is also Edomite, because Iraq is Edomite, a large portion of them, right? Which I'll prove to you that in a minute. He's already basically proven that. The Kurds, for those of you that don't know, they're the ones that run the oil in Iraq, which is what makes Iraq a strong country, right? So the oil in Iraq isn't run by the Ishmaelites in Iraq. It's run by the descendants of the white people in Iraq that have their own little country in the city of Iraq that they call Kurdistan, right? So the Kurds, they're their own people, and they're all Edomites. So we'll get pictures of them in a little bit.
Together, doesn't it? The thing we must also understand is that the majority of Muslims in this world are in some way or another related to Esau, even the ones in Afghanistan. So this enmity.
The only way that's true is by them following the religion of Esau. Not all of them are related to Esau. This guy wants you to believe that because he's an Edomite and he's done the research and doesn't want you to know that white people are the ones. He's trying to teach that they are, people of the Middle East.
Right.
Not people that had the Israelites in slavery, right? So he's trying to remove blame. But at the same time, what he's not realizing is that you can trace the Ottoman Turks to the Roman Empire, which is the same place he could trace his ancestors to, right? So the people that run the Ottoman Turkish Empire that he's trying to say are direct descendants of Esau, they're direct descendants of the people that, the Diadochi that Yakamiya and them taught about last Thursday, right?
Right.
So, like, they're direct descendants from these people that spread out into the different lands that Alexander conquered. And this guy teaching can also trace his descendants back to them. He's got the same cul-de-sac and the same ears that the ruler of Turkey has. Right?
You said cul-de-sac.
It would occur between the twin brothers, Jacob and Esau, almost 4,000 years ago, has everything to do with the condition of our world as it is right now. It's what's led up to our current situation and how it's going to all play out leading up.
No, that's all I need to play.
Salakia.
Shut that nigga up. All right.
He made a comment. It's led up to where we are now, or something like that, right? Where you kind of stopped it, right? What do you think he was speaking of right there?
Honestly, I don't know.
I'm going to take a guess. I don't know. This is just my own mind. But we know that the narrative today in Israel, right? Who are the enemies to Israel?
Iran.
And who are the Iranian? Well, Iran. You got some in the Arab nations.
No, it's Iran.
Yeah.
Iran are the enemies to Israel.
Well, I'm speaking of like the Palestinians living in the actual in
Them
Israel
niggas ain't enemies. They just there trying to get their land back.
Right. What I'm saying is that
their land back.
It culminating up until this point where Israel, it's almost like they're saying that this is why we have the issue with the Palestinians. It's been a long history of us. And it's almost like they're trying to say, because if you ask Israel today, who are the Edomites, or you ask a Jewish man today, who are the Edomites, they'll say they don't know. They'll literally say they don't know where Edom is, or he's no longer exists, or something happened to him. Just like they say they don't know where the 10 tribes are, right? So I just think the narrative they're trying to turn it to here to take our focus off of what the scriptures say.
No, because his point, that would be the normal narrative. Yes.
Right.
But his point is a little different because he's trying to tell you where Esau is. He's not trying to say that they don't exist no more. He's trying to say that they're all in the Middle East. They never left. That's his point.
Yeah, he's trying to focus it on to being in Saudi Arabia.
Right. And niggas watch videos like that and they think, oh yeah, he's a professor. He knows what he's talking about. And they take his word for it. And they go on YouTube like that guy Ron Dalton, right? And they teach the same crap. Right? without doing the research. Because if he says the Ottoman Turks are Edomites, then that means all white people are Edomites, because you could trace all white people to the Ottoman Turks. In the video I did on the Boule on the last channel that we had, right, I traced the Queen of England to the Ottoman Turks and Muhammad. Google says she's the 42nd or 43rd great granddaughter of Muhammad, who would be a direct descendant of the Ottoman Turks, or direct ancestor, I should say, right? The people with the last name Griffin, white people with the last name Griffin, that last name is a name for the white people that came from the Ottoman Turkish Empire that moved to England, Germany, Rome, all them different places, right? From the Middle East, that wanted to keep their last name and the heritage that they had that came with their conquering of the Middle East, right? So, and we could bring that out at a different time and a different lesson and stuff like that, because I will do a Boule lesson again. But let's get into the precepts. Let's get Genesis chapter 25. We're going to start at the beginning.
Go on, Adawan.
I got a lot of precepts. We're going to try to run through this real quick.
This is
so y'all keep up.
Right.
And somebody scribe the stuff for us in the chat, if you will, Baba Kashar. I can't do it because not can scribe.
All right. Let's get it going. This is the book of Genesis. We're going to start the book of Genesis, chapter 25 and verse 19. And it reads, "And these are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begat Isaac. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Padan Aram, the sister to Laban, the Syrian."
Hey, Salakia. So they don't believe that Obadiah has already taken place. They just want us to believe that Obadiah has already taken place so that nobody goes to find out who the real Israelites are, right? Yeah. If they're not Edomites, then they have to be the Israelites, because then there's nobody that could be the Israelites but them. Esau's destroyed, right? But if they are the if they are the Edomites, then who the hell is the Israelites? That becomes the question for the whole world, right? So they want you to believe that Obadiah is taking place. But the Bible says until the Messiah comes back, there will be no end to all the people.
That's right.
So we have to obey God rather than men. Go ahead, Knock.
Come on, this is verse 21. "And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife, because she was barren. And the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. Mm-hmm. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, If it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord."
All right.
And the Lord...
Keep going. Just read smooth to 25.
Come. "And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
Mm-hmm.
And the first came out red all over."
So we got twins, 2 manner of people. The first came out black.
"And the first came out red."
Oh, yellow.
"And the first came out red."
All right, so he not black, he not brown, he not yellow, he not tan, he's red. Okay? So stop the bull. Go ahead.
"And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment. Mm-hmm. And they called his name Esau."
So the first one that they called Esau, he came out red. Like he was red when he came out, and hairy, right? So they called him Esau, right? Wasted away is he. Wasted away.
Yeah.
Lacking color. However you want to define it, right? The definition of his name is if you leave a red shirt out in the sun for a week and it turned pink, that's Esau, right? Wasted away is he. His color was gone, and it was like, damn, you could see the fleshness, you could see the blood flow through his skin. Everybody else black, you can't see the blood flow through ours, but you know, the blood flows through his. So it wasted away like that red shirt does when you leave it out in the sun, right?
God.
Now that white people are wasted away, when you leave them out in the sun, they just turn red. They burn, right? So red all over like a hairy garment. That's a quote unquote so-called white person, right? In the Middle East, where there was no sunscreen, right? No suntan lotion, no PF90, SPF90, none of that crap, right? It was just hot blazing sun from the Most High Yahweh, right? It was Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Salak Ash on Edom.
Right.
And just like the brother said, right? Came out a redneck. Their whole body was a redneck. So it was easy to tell. Wasn't no white people. After years of them being able to live in the cave, they didn't have to be red all the time. So they began to have a pigment that doesn't have to show redness all the time, right? Esau would have been like that too if it wasn't so damn hot. If he wasn't outside, right? If he was born in air conditioning like red babies are now, even though they're born red still, even though they're in the AC at the hospital, right?
Right.
After the AC hits them, they start to cool off a little bit and the baby starts to turn what they call white, right? Because the blood isn't rushing through the skin. It's not all hot and stuff like that, showing blasting through the baby.
That's right.
But when the baby's born, when it drop out the ugly white woman, right? It's red. Even in the AC, in the inside of the building, the damn hospital's 34 degrees Fahrenheit. The baby's still red. So you can't say it was only red because it was hot outside. Because little Bobby's still red at damn Grady Memorial Hospital. Right? So keep going.
I'm going to skip down to verse 27.
Yeah, a bit. That's a bit.
Verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. And Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob.
So look,
and Jacob saw it potted.
Isaac was a brother from Abraham. He's a nomad, right? He liked deer, venison, right? Rough game meat. Pause. So Esau, being the cunning hunter, he's the one that was used to going to get that, right? How many niggas you know? You ever been hunting?
Nope.
Still saying?
No, I've never been hunting. I mean, I actually thought about it. My granddad has hunted with his.
Now, back in the day, niggas used to hunt.
Yeah, but
niggas close to the slavery, but niggas not like
none of us. No,
we ain't with that, right?
We ain't Clarence Thomas, no.
Yeah, we're closer to the options that Jacob had. Jacob had the option to not hunt because Esau was around, right? Your granddaddy, he had an option. He had to do what he had to do. He had to learn how to skin the cat, right? But like us, we got the option to go to get the food. You know what I'm saying? Jacob had the option. I'll let Esau go get it. He like do that type of crap. I'm gonna sit at the crib and chill. Right. So mama liked the kid that sit at the crib and chill because mama's always at the house, right? Oh damn. Here we go again. Oh shit. You know, I ain't got time for this, bro. Sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on. We were doing so good.
Yeah, we were.
Man, hold on. It's gonna drive me crazy. Hold on a second. Hold on. Just keep reading.
Okay. God. I'll keep reading. Where are we at? I'm gonna start at verse 28, and it reads. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob sowed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, Feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. Okay, so verse 30, we see Esau coming back from his hunt in the field, right? Because he was a cunning hunter. He claimed he was tired. So he came back. He see his brother Jacob sitting and chilling at the crib, and he's, fixing up a little stew, right? The problem is that the stew wasn't finished, and Esau said he was hungry, said he felt like he was gonna faint, and so he's gonna make a proposal to his brother Jacob. So I'm gonna continue reading from verse 31. And Jacob said, "Sell me this day thy birthright." And Esau said, "Behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me?"
Mm-hmm.
And Jacob said, "Swear to me this day." And he sware unto him. And he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Salakia, Adawan. The narrative is that we hear from Christians all the time is that Jacob, with his name meaning, what's it mean? Jacob, usurper, or something to that effect.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Yeah. The claim is that Jacob actually stole, right, the birthright, but actually it was Esau who actually sold his birthright, right?
Jacob means to supplant.
So thank you, not usurper, supplant, Salakia. But we see right here in the text that it was Esau who actually approached his brother and said, "Hey, give me some of that pottage. I want some of that pottage." So Jacob asked him, "Well, then sell me your birthright," right? Esau willingly sold it for red flesh, for red meat.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we at? You want me to continue?
And technically, it matches the name of Jacob still, right? Because Esau decided to sell it. Jacob, being the supplanter, he followed Esau through and took what he sold.
That's right.
I'll give you my birthright. Really? Shit. Here.
Okay. All right.
Right? But of course, like you said, they make it seem like he's, a usurper instead of a supplanter.
Right.
When really,
he
just followed the lead of the usurper who decided to give the authority to have the birthright.
Right. Absolutely. This is verse.
Salakia for the delay, guy. I don't know why it's doing that. I can't fix it. StreamYard acting stupid. It is what it is. Just pay attention to the video and get the notes.
This is verse 34. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright.
Mm-hmm. So Esau despised the birthright, right? So I'm not going to get too far into that part. If you guys want to read about the blessings, y'all can read Genesis 27, basically the whole chapter, right? For the sake of time, we're not going to get that because we're trying to prove who Esau is. So let's get First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 1.
God.
Man, I don't know. I hate this. I hate looking at that shit. Feel like I'm in one of them Chinese movies. Everything was fine.
This is the book of Maccabees, the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 1. And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead the first over Greece.
Mm-hmm.
And made many wars and won many strongholds and slew the kings of the earth and went through to the ends of the earth and took spoils of many nations, insomuch that the earth was quiet before him, whereupon he exalted and his heart was lifted up. And he gathered a mighty strong host and ruled over countries and nations and kings who became tributaries unto him. And after these things he fell sick and perceived that he should die. Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable and had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them while he was yet alive. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died. And his servants...
Salaki, before you read the rest of that, So basically, with that explained, and I think if y'all need subtitles, because I'm speaking, like the Chinese movie and stuff, y'all could click the closed caption button at the top of y'all junk and shit pop up. It ain't letting us do it live on StreamYard. But yeah.
Salakia.
So,
I just wanted to bring up a point. And I know we didn't go over this in Genesis 27, where it talks about the blessings, but this kind of goes into the understanding when we see Alexander, and it says here in First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 3, right? And verse 2 and 3. He made many wars, won many strongholds, slew the kings of the earth, went through to the ends of the earth, and took spoils of many nations, insomuch the earth was quiet before him. What was Esau's blessing?
To rule with the sword. Yeah, I was going to get to that in a second.
Oh, okay, come on. I'm gonna let you do it.
So Esau's blessing, like he said, right, was to rule with the sword. So something I wanted to bring out before you read that, because the Diadochi, right, what verse are you on right now?
I'm on verse 8.
Verse 8. All right. So before you read to verse 10, give me Psalm 37 and 35. Hold where you at. Don't lose it. Right? Because David actually prophesied about this, right? How if you go into Alexander, in the reign of Alexander, the way it went, like the Bible says, he reigned 12 years and died, right? But within that 12 years, he spread basically like a wildfire through the whole, from Macedonia to Punjab, India, which if you look at a map, that's a very large distance, especially at that time, standing there like taking over the world. He did it in 12 years, right? America didn't even do what they did in 12 years. America got planes. America has all type of stuff, right, that they could use to take down things. Brothers is on horses and all type of crap back in the day. Alexander took over everything in 12 years. So he took over real quick, right? And then just died. So it was a phenomenon that he took over real fast. And the fact that he did so, right? Them raping, pillaging, all that type of stuff like the Bible says he did. One, it's going to cause for a lot of people to be born from that nation because you're raping and pillaging, right? Yeah. Y'all just listen to the video. Y'all can still hear me, so you shouldn't need closed captions. Y'all can hear, right? Y'all can hear. Y'all can still hear me, right? Y'all can hear me now?
Can I hear you?
All right, so yeah, don't worry about the closed captions. Y'all can watch it back. But so yeah, like main thing with Alexander, as you about to read in Psalms, right, is that the way he spread was something that was going to be known to everybody. Once this Edomite person spread through the land, everybody was going to know who this person was. So go ahead and read that.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 37 and verse 35. I have seen the wicked in great power and spreading himself like a green bay tree. Yet he passed away, and lo, he was not.
You see that? Yay. So he was going real fast, spread like a green bay tree, and then he just died. Same thing Maccabees said, right?
God.
And what was prophesied here in Psalms was way before the Maccabees was written. It's a prophecy. He saw it. And then it happened. We see the person that it happened with. It's recorded in history. Everything about Alexander is in this book right here, right? So he was here. He spread like a green bay tree, and then he died. So go ahead and read to verse 10 now in First Maccabees.
This is the book of First Maccabees, starting at chapter 8. Chapter 1, verse 8. And his servants bear rule, every one in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years. And evils were multiplied in the earth.
See? So they ruled and their sons after them for many years, right? So Alexander dies in like 336 BC. Septimius Severus, who's the Israelite that takes over, he doesn't take over till 193 AD. That's like 300 years plus, 400 plus years that they're ruling. And it's in our land too, because Judea is under the rule of the Edomites, the Idumeans, right? So that's the situation with that. We're in a spot where, Alexander's taken over. He spread like a wildfire. Septimius Severus comes into rule in 193 AD to 211. And he basically rules to, his people, his seed, and his dynasty and everything like that, going all the way down to King James, who a lot of you guys know about, right, or should know about at this point. They end up ruling until the Renaissance period, which the Renaissance starts around 1200, 1300 AD, which we saw with the Ottoman Turks, right? Ottoman Turks start to take over in 1300 AD, right?
Right.
And things start happening in Rome in 1300 AD again. That's when the book of Malachi starts to happen, right? So give me Job chapter 30 and verse 5 right quick, because I want to show you what happened in the midst of us taking over. When Septimius Severus and them take over, this is when Esau becomes Khazarians, right? When you do the history, when you look up and read the books about them becoming the quote-unquote 13th tribe and all that type of stuff, the way that they were able to hide their identity and stop being the Edomites was in this time period here. Once Septimius Severus and Persinius Niger have their revolt, right? Or revolts, I should say. And they basically end up taking the thrones from the Romans. It becomes a situation where a lot of the Romans were forced to flee, right? And a lot of them went up north to the Caucasus Mountains, right? And if you do the history research there, the way they became Jewish was in the Caucasus. They became the nation of Khazaria. And after they became a strong barbaric nation after centuries up there, they end up finding out about our religion. Once we're the Byzantine Empire, we've been ruling for a long time and all that type of stuff. Ishmaels came on the scene, right? The Umayyad Empire took over for Muhammad. They took over the Ishmaelite, the Islamic tradition, right? And they started to spread that faith through the Middle East. So the Umayyad spread Islam. We were the ones spreading quote unquote Judaism as the Jews, and there's the Christians, right, in Rome. So the Khazarians, they end up moving down, being people that do business with all three groups, and they decide to have a mass conversion where they converted to one of the three religions. Guess which one they converted to? Judaism.
That's right.
This is how the Jews got started, right? So it wasn't just them deciding, oh, we're going to become the Jews after the Holocaust, or we're going to move blah, 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 like some idiots tell you. No, this happened way before that. They were Jews before the Holocaust. Well, calling themselves Jews before the Holocaust. The blasphemy started about the time, before the Renaissance. But it really got to bloom during the Renaissance, because this is when they're able to enact all their laws. They start to make up their stories about them getting expelled from all these different countries and all this type of stuff. But when really didn't nobody really care about them, to the point they were expelling us, right? When the expulsion of the Jews started, they weren't expelling Khazarians. They were expelling the black people from the lands, right? The Khazarians being left there after we were expelled just took our story, right, and used it to their advantage. So when you read about the Jews being kicked out of Spain, Portugal, they're always black people. They got sent to Africa and stuff like that, where other black people were at, right? They didn't get sent to Germany and Poland. So how did people get taken from Germany and Poland? Right? It's because those are the descendants of the Khazarians that had already converted to being Jews years before that in mass number. Those are the ones that never moved to Rome, to Spain, to Portugal, to England, right?
Right.
Their relatives were left in those places: Poland, Bulgaria, Germany, Russia, right? Prussia. So when it was time to move back to Israel, that's the family members they went and got. Those are the people telling the story about the Holocaust right now, right? That's how it works. It's all a tumult. It's a story that they basically were trained to tell, and they've been telling it since they converted. It was a mass conversion for the whole nation, right? Everybody converted in one day to Judaism. So keep that in mind. And y'all can read the book. It's a lot of books on that. There's a 13 tribe. It's a good one. Yeah, we could pull them books up. They all talk about it. All them books that I showed you guys earlier.
Yeah, you got this one too. Oh goodness, I don't know why it does that. 13th tribe.
What book? Oh yeah, 13th tribe. Yep, Arthur Kessler. I got that. That you can get for free PDF. Both of those books he has in his hand. Who is Esau, Edom, and Arthur Kessler, 13th tribe. I got them both on my phone right now, PDF.
I also have another one that you showed earlier, the Roman Empire of the Edomites. I have that book also.
I'm about to show all three of them things, and I'm gonna show you the prices. We do real studies over here. All right, look, Khazaria.
Yep.
See, we're talking about all this stuff. It's right. It's here. Who is Esau, Edom? $18. Roman Empire, the Edomite, $19.99. Right? History of Edom and Khazaria, $29.95. The more expensive the book, the more information. I'm gonna just tell you that.
Yep. But all of it has information.
All of it, yeah, all of it is good. The Edomites, the history gathered from the Holy Scriptures. I never read that one. That is bullshit. This is a really good one. Esau, Edom, Rome.
Yeah, I got that
this
one
is
also.
really good.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, it
Yeah,
ties
and the one to the right.
It ties everybody. See, they got the Saudi prince, they got the queen, they got everybody in this book right here. And it's by Dr. Benya Yasharel. He's probably an Israelite. Ain't no damn Edomite saying Yashar anything. Roman Empire, the Empire of the Edomite by William Beeston. William Beeston does a lot of good books about this type of crap. He's an intelligent Edomite. But yeah, Doeg, the Edomite informer. I wonder what that's about. But these are all Edomite books, right? So they tell you about the history of Edomite. A lot of them have something to do with the Middle East because that's where they originated, but they always end up getting back to Rome. And then Khazaria, right? Because the Edomites stop once they leave Rome, and the people that did more research found out that they went to Khazaria, but it stops in Khazaria. Because in Khazaria, they became Jewish. Right. Now, that's who we have today. We have white people and Jewish people. And there's all these different sects of white people. All these different types of white people, right? So, give me Job 9:24.
Con, or did you want?
No. We're gonna skip those. Job 9:24.
Con. It's the book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24.
Yeah. We'll get to Job 30 after you get Job 9:24. We'll go back to that.
Con. It's the book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
Right? So that's something else you have to understand. There's no black people covering up the faces of the judges. So if there's, we got to go with the prophecy too, guys. You know what I'm saying? Can't just say Esau's black because you want him to be black because you want everybody in the Bible to be black. It has to go with the prophecy. If not him, then who and where is he? If it ain't the white guy, who is it? Who else fits all these prophecies that we're saying the white man fits that clearly show him being Esau in the Bible and history?
God.
What black guy painted King James as a black guy to make him look like a black guy? You understand what I'm saying? What black guy made a black version of Cesare Borgia?
Right.
Where's the black Leonardo da Vinci and the black Michelangelo? Huh? Where's the black picture of Jesus Christ that we all bow down to worship, like Wisdom of Solomon prophesied? These are questions you got to ask, right? So, when they can't be answered, that is your answer. They can't answer them because there is no answer for that. The answer is, well, the white people. That's what we talking about here. So, Job 9:24 for not wearing who is he, right? Job 30:5. Get that right quick.
Job 30:5. And I kind of want to add a little something. It might be a little humor. I'm not coming from the scriptures, it's just out of my own, but I just want to make kind of a comparison to. It says that if not, where? Let me go back to it. It says, if not, where and who is he? So it's kind of a rhetorical question, right? And they're asking if everyone will really think about what we see on the earth today. Mostly everyone is of melanation, right? We all have melanation. Esau, the Caucasians, are the only ones without. It's almost like it's a marker, a sign, or a curse that's been put upon them also in a sense, but just wanted to bring that out. So everyone else is of color except for Esau. So it got to be him. You wanted
I'm still trying to fix the damn delay. But yeah, Job 30:5.
This is the book of Job, chapter 30 and verse 5. Starting at verse 5. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief. They dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in the caves of the earth, and in the rocks.
You see? So when we push them away, Septimius Severus takes over, Persinius Niger takes over, they get pushed to Caucasus Mountains, right? They become Khazarian. They stay up there for years. They become traders of fur and all type of different crap, right? They start doing business with us. You want a fur coat? You're going to go to the Umayyad people from Ishmael, or you're going to go to the big, ugly, bulky Edomites from Khazaria. Them barbarians, right?
Right.
They be killing polar bears with their bare hands, and then they rip off the skin and go sell it to you.
That's right. You know,
go ahead.
Verse 6. To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in the caves of the earth, and in the rocks. And among the bushes they brayed.
Mm-hmm.
Under the nettles they were gathered together.
Yep.
They were children of fools, yea, children of base men.
Mm-hmm.
They were viler than the earth, and now am I their song. Yea, I am their byword. Salakia, can I show something that goes with what this says, just to give kind of a picture of, because this made me think about something that we brought out in another class.
Made me think of the Geico commercial.
Right. That's a perfect one. But let me bring this up, because I brought this up before in another class we had. Anyone remember this?
Oh yeah.
Does anyone remember this?
Zoom in so they can really see what it looks like.
I'm gonna zoom in here. Let me know when it's really.
Yeah, move down. Yeah, it's good.
Right there.
You see the castle. You see all the white people. See the niggas with the bows and stuff and the long garments down to the foot.
And this actually is called wild men and Moors.
Mm-hmm.
So when you think of base men, what's more base than them? You look down here at the bottom, you see their feet and the claws on the toenails and the.
Yep.
And they got rocks and sticks.
This is the Khazarians coming down to fight the Byzantine Empire or the Moors, right? This is Malachi 1 and 4. They shall build, but I will throw down. This is them coming to build, right? We are impoverished, they say, so we shall go and build. So they're like, damn, we're base men, right? Let's go take what they got. This is a picture illustrating that very scripture. And it happened, as we know, right? And the base men became the civilized men, right?
That's right.
And they tried to tell the story that we were the base men. That's a curse. Deuteronomy 28:43, right? The tail shall become the head.
That's right.
And the head shall become the tail. So we were the top nation, the ones with the castles. They were the ones that were base men with the bare feet, hunting and grunting, right? Amongst the nettles, they brayed. But here we are in the low state now. And they've become the 13th tribe.
Looks like you even got a brother over here blowing a shofar right here.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. Letting the trumpet sound to let it be known that there's trouble in the city. The wild men have come.
Yep. It's amazing.
Not talking about Ishmael. So
that's wild. And you see the faces with the little pink tones on the cheeks, the rosy cheeks.
And the reddish blonde hair.
Reddish blonde, the
big old biker boy beards.
Right.
The dynasty faces. Yep.
Right. Right. But that scripture just that just brought that to mind. But
no, that was perfect. That was perfect. So as you see, right, especially with that illustration, and I feel like we got to bring out Malachi 1. Just get that right quick.
Go on.
Malachi 1 and 2.
Yep.
Just to prove, right? Because that picture illustrates, as we just saw, Job is when they became the wild men, right? And then they become the civilized men when we get to Malachi. Go ahead and read that.
It's the book of Malachi, chapter 1. Yeah, let me get there. I think the page is sticking.
Never seen anybody else bring this out, by the way.
Salakia, what was the verse again?
Malachi 1 and 2.
Verses Malachi chapter 1 and verse 2. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us?
Mm-hmm.
Was not Esau Jacob's brother?
So was not Esau Jacob's brother, right? Go ahead.
Saith the Lord. Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau.
Right.
And laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness.
So Petra Rock Seir, both of those places, Seir and Petra Rockmu, rather, they both, desolate for dragons of the wilderness at this point, right? If you go to Petra Rock now, it's desolate for the dragons of the wilderness. There's little dragons that live there. I forget what them desert dragons is called, but they look like Komodo dragons, but small. But there's little dragons that live there, right? What you call it? Seir. Seir is also desolate. The Caucasus Mountains, desolate, right? Every place they've lived in their natural habitat, desolate for the dragons of the wilderness. It's a rat, right? So this place that they were coming from would be no different. It wasn't desolate when they were living there, but it wasn't, up to par either. It was wilderness, right? Once they left, it became desolate. To let it be known to people that lived here, those are the Edomites, right? But go ahead.
Verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished. But we will return and build the desolate places.
So we're impoverished, meaning we're at a low state, right? We're poor. We're broke. We ain't got nothing going on. But we're going to go down and rebuild. They're up high in the mountains. They're going to go down and rebuild themselves, right? They're going to come back with a new name. They're going to come back with a new identity, right? It'll be a rebirth of a nation, so to speak. What's the Renaissance?
Rebirth.
The rebirth of a nation, right? The Edomite nation, right? They went from being the Edomites to being Idumeans to being Antiochians and Greeks to being Romans to being Khazarians to being white people. They come off the mountain as white people. These are wild men. After wild men, they become white people. What the hell is that? How are you supposed to trace back a white person to anywhere? Right? Then they changed the names of the faces in the cities. So now the places that they originally from don't have the same names no more. Now they're from Italy and, Germany. Russia. Yeah.
There are many other paintings of this caliber, and I think this is from. I
Can you
forgot
tell
what
me?
era. Yeah, it's very old. But there's other ones that show the same thing. You see
Look like a
armies.
Renaissance picture.
I would say it's before.
You think it's older than that?
Yeah, I think it's before
Yeah.
the Renaissance. You know what? Actually, let me. You know what? Let me do this.
Can't you look at the picture?
Yeah, yep.
No,
Let's
go
go
down. Go up a little bit. Go up a little bit more.
Circa 1400 German, probably
1400.
Strasbourg.
Yep. So this is
So
Renaissance.
right, yeah, it is. Yep. It says wild men and Moors, siege of the castle of love, Frau Minnie, the Venus of old German legend, Lady Venus in her tent, the allegorical siege in the art of the Middle Ages. Now
The
there are
Middle
other.
Ages is what they call. It's another name for the Dark Ages, which
That's
is
right.
the ages that we ruled. Well,
That's
go
right.
ahead.
It's like it. There are many other paintings and murals like this of Edomite armies actually attacking black or so-called black castles. So let's just understand. Let's think about this. The entertainment industry and the movies. When we watch movies, you know, the Knights of the whatever and this and that, they show movies of white men in the castle, king, queen. And they never show us in those positions. But when you look at the historical record, it was the opposite. So they covered the faces even of who created these castles, who lived in these castles, who ruled. I mean,
That's a
it's
good
all
point.
there.
Because
Yeah.
so me and my little brother, we used to like them little movies, right? With the white guys in the old castles and stuff. And one of them was the first Dracula, not the new one that's coming out with the Earl Spence fight and stuff, but the one that came out like a couple years ago, right?
Right.
It was one that came out like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, maybe like 7, something like that. But it's a more recent Dracula. They did it in a castle in Scotland,
Huh.
right? And there's a clip in the movie, if y'all go watch it, where they show a wall in the back of the castle, and you see the murals of the niggas on it. And they just flash through the picture, and then they show Dracula in there, right? So they're trying to let you know that Dracula's this, you know, legend of a man. They have him living in this, like in a castle in Scotland. And the castle in Scotland used to be ruled by black people. They can't. It's a historic castle, so they can't remove any of the pictures and paintings. So they just kept everything up there and flashed through real quick in the video.
Went right over our head.
Yeah, you had to pause the video to be like, yo, it's black people on the back of their wall right there. What the hell is this? Then you Google it, you're like, it's in Scotland. Right. That's nah. And you don't even think about it.
Scott means black.
But when I was in the world, I didn't know that.
Right.
I was just like, yo, it's black people on the back of that junk. They think they funny. Thought it was a joke. That's a nigga's castle.
Right. It's the same thing, Slocky. Same thing with Charleston Heston and the Ten Commandments. There's a scene in there where you see them inside one of because they did do some of the filming in Egypt. Inside one of the temples or, I don't know, thrones or castles of Egypt, whatever the case may be. And in the background, you actually see the paintings of dark people, you know, the Egyptians, but claim that the Israelites were all Caucasian. So that's just Esau is Esau something else. That's all I gotta say.
All right, so so Job 30, right? We see that they was in the caves. Job 9:24. If that's not them, and earth has been given to them, they had the Renaissance, as we see. They're here in mass number trying to take over the castle. And also, I believe that the way this picture is drawn up with not that many black people and it being really small, like, and how big they drew the white folks, let you know that how much like power they came with to be able to take over things like this.
God.
They came with a lot of force. It's like Lord of the Rings. They're the orcs and we the people at the castle. It's always a million orcs and a couple of the damn soldiers, right? In every one of the movies. They always got to fight the castle. It'd be like 100 million orcs that got to damn try to fight against them, right? So it's the same situation here. Only the orcs won and took over the castle and then made themselves look like regular people, which is what's happening now, right? and our people are trying to be like the orcs instead of trying to be the kings and queens that we used to be.
Right.
That's the situation that we're in. It's a backwards Lord of the Rings story. But this is literally a picture showing you that type of stuff. So ways that we could tell Edomites, right? Via the scriptures. We got Job 9:24. You got to look at who is in control of the world. Who's in control of the nations right now, right? Hey, shalom to everybody coming in the building. Shalom, Cap. So, but yeah, we have to be aware of who's in control of the world, who's running the nations, right? When you look at the ethnicity, if you will, of the people in charge of the United Nations, it's not black people. It's not what you would think a Ishmaelite looks like. It ain't Elam. It's not Africa. It's a so-called white man, right? White people. The head of the IMF, Janet Yellen, she's a white woman. She run the money all around the world. White woman, right? Not an Ishmaelite woman, not an Ishmaelite man with the gold and stuff. They got the black gold. They got the real gold, Arab money, right? But it's a white woman that runs all the world currency on the planet right now. It's a white woman running Germany. It was a white woman ruling England, Scotland, France, Wales, the United Kingdom. White people, right? It's white people that have embassies in every single major nation in every single major country on the planet. Ishmael don't have no embassies everywhere. Africa don't have embassies everywhere. Elam, don't even get me started on Elam. North Korea, they don't got embassies nowhere.
Right.
But North Korea. So, I mean, all these places get to become territories. How the hell is there a British Virgin Islands, American Virgin Islands, the American territory of Guam, but it's a bunch of Asian niggas that live there? How is Hawaii in American territory? Who the hell runs America? Who runs America? What type of people? Black people?
Nope.
Listen to Dan Calloway, they was black. And the Moors.
Right.
Right. George Washington was black, right? Y'all gotta explain to me who these people are, right? If not them, then where and who are they? Who are the Edomites? If it ain't the people we see in the picture right here. It's only one group of people look like that. Asians look close, but they can't grow beards like that. And their eyes always look different. Unless they're from Russia. Some of them Russian Asians look like Edomites. But, that's what it is. So, something else to think about. Perpetual hatred, right? The Edomites have a perpetual hatred for the Israelites. Now, you could hear and you could be told, and you've been told, that all nations hate Israel, right? Which is facts. That's true. I'm not going to deny it. Not going to teach against it. That's facts. But the hatred from Edomites is far more crucial. It's more forbearing than any other hatred on the planet towards us, right? From anybody else. So, before we get perpetual hatred scriptures, though, I want to go ahead and do this Ishmael thing right quick. So we're not going to read it, but if you were to go to Genesis chapter 25, verse 16 to 17, right? Genesis 25, 16 to 17. We don't got to read it. Basically, what's going to happen is you're going to read about Ishmael having 12 princes, right? Now, I'm going to just go to some of the places where his 12 princes live at now, just to show you guys some stuff. Oh, is this junk still on the screen? Yeah. All right, so look, check this out. Let's go to All right. So if we go to the ruler of Qatar, right, as you'll see, the princes of Ishmael dress alike, right? They all wear this type of garment. Edomites, they like to wear the suits. You know what I'm saying? Don't look at the beard because everybody's trying to be Esau right now. They're the top country. But
Right.
the dress and the clothing is telling as to what a nation's ruler's heritage is and what impact their family has had on the region, especially in the Middle East. So the descendants of Ishmael always dress like this. Descendants of Elam, they always have on their kurtas and stuff like that, right? Descendants of Esau, they wear a suit. Okay? They dress like a duke, right? So you've got the princes, the emirs, right? From Ishmael. You got the dukes of Esau in the suit. And you got whatever the hell Elam calls his princes. Right? So this is the ruler of Qatar, a Middle Eastern country. So these are the rulers of Saudi Arabia. You see, they don't look like Edomites, right? Same type of clothing. There's 7 princes of the United Arab Emirates.
Right.
Right? Same type of clothing. All 7 of them and their families. You feel me? None of these people that I've mentioned live in the same area. They're not from the same country, but they wear the same type of clothing because they're of the same stock. Right? They all know that they're representatives of the 12 princes of Ishmael. In Genesis 25, 16 and 17, explains to us that there would always be 12 princes. That's their birthright till we get the throne.
That's right.
In this kingdom that they're a part of, right, they get 12 princes till this kingdom falls. So he's always going to have 12 princes. There's 7 in the United Arab Emirates. They got 1 in Saudi Arabia. They got 1 in Kuwait. Here,
Right.
let me show you Kuwait. Kuwait got the most expensive currency in the Middle East as of right now, $3.22 to the dollar. Ruler of Kuwait, as you see, same clothing, same look, right? There he is with his cousin from Ishmael, from Saudi Arabia, right? There's a couple of them niggas together. I can't zoom in on that picture. But as you see, that's Kuwait, right? Let me show you one more. And then I'm going to show you some white folks, right? Let's get Lebanon. Lebanon is basically right where one of Ishmael's princes actually settled. Now watch this. Look at that. Do that look like a damn Ishmaelite to you, or does this look like Bill
Edomite.
Right? What's the difference between him and all the other people?
Edom.
Now, hold on. Let me show you an Ishmaelite right quick. This is Oman. Look at that. I just showed you Lebanon. This is Oman, right? Let's go to Iraq. Do you see what I'm talking about now? What's up, Barzani? Selah. Look at that white he look. Right?
Now that's after the destruction of the Iraqi government. Or I'm sorry, of the Iraqi government. So who you think placed him there or put him in that position?
Right. Yeah. He's white.
That's right.
Right? If we go to what else we got? I could look up Kurdistan, right? Because that's somebody
Afghanistan.
that the guy had in the video. Kurdistan. So, ruler of Kurdistan. That's him with his little head wrap on. Don't know how to tie it. That's him in his natural state, right? With the
Right.
ruler of the United Arab Emirates. You feel me?
Masoud
As you
Barzani.
see,
Yeah.
they do not look alike.
It goes with Elam and it goes with Afghanistan and all the rest.
So
All
the
split
point
up.
I'm trying to bring to you guys, one is a descendant of Esau, the other one is a descendant of Ishmael. Both live in the same place. Both might practice the same religion, but they're both not the same people. You understand what I'm saying? Even the way that the Edomites wear their head wrap, it's weird. Look at that. Right? I forget what this dude name is, but you see how he wears it. He's an Iranian. Qatar. Sadar. That's his name.
Iraq's Sadar. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's Iranian.
Right.
So there you go. But that's how that works, right? I just wanted to show you guys because a lot of people think that these folks all look the same. They're all, everybody from the Middle East is an Arab and they're all Edomites or whatever, or they're all black, or they mixed with this person and they mixed with that person, so they're supposed to be this. No, Arab means what it means. Hold on. Let me just show you this last one real quick. I got to show you Afghanistan. If I don't, you'll never understand the Elam part. So, Afghanistan. Oh, do they have a ruler right now?
I think.
Yeah, I guess it's this guy. So this man is an Elamite. Yeah. Okay. If you were to go to Elam, right, you see people that look just like him. He's
That's
just
right.
a Muslim Edomite.
That's
Elamite. Right.
That's right.
But nevertheless, he's still Elam. So an Arab is a mix either between Elamites, Ishmaelites, and Edomites. And it's very easy to distinguish between who is who. Persians and Medes were Elam. This man is a descendant of Darius's people, the Persians and Medes, right? They went and settled in Afghanistan and they still live there today. The Talibani people, they're usually Elamites, right? There's a little bit of Ishmael in there too, I ain't gonna lie. There's a lot of Ishmael in there. But their rulers in Afghanistan have been Elamites, okay? These are Elamite people. Yes. So, I wanted to put that out there. So now you see the difference in the three types of people. You see what Ishmael looks like today. You see what Elam looks like today. And you see what Esau looks like in their region today. He still looks like a damn Edomite, right? Still looks the same way we would consider a white person today. Even in the Middle East. He's just a little darker because he's in the sun.
Right.
Right? It's less big skyscrapers in the Middle East to hide you from the sun. At some point, you got to be outside in the sun. That's why they still got to wear the long garments and stuff like that to protect themselves.
That's right.
In Israel, where they don't wear the garments and they wear suits, they have the highest skin cancer rate.
Melanoma.
Right. I saw a white guy with that the other day too. His nose was blistering and stuff. It was crazy. Disgusting. But yeah. So moving on. I just wanted to show y'all that because I thought it was very important that y'all understand what everybody looks like, right? Second Maccabees 6:6. So this goes with perpetual hatred.
God.
Just wanted to go over some ways that they showed that they hated us right quick. Because nothing better to do than prove the scriptures, right?
God.
If not where, then who is he?
God.
So
this is the book of Second Maccabees, chapter 6 and verse 6. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew.
Mm-hmm.
And in the day of the...
They made it unlawful for us to do those type of things, right? We couldn't call ourselves a Jew, couldn't practice our Sabbath days. We had to keep birthdays, had to give victuals and presents on other people's birthdays for the ruler, all type of different crap, right? That was against our culture. That's hatred.
Right.
Give me Ezekiel, Slack, give me Luke 21:20.
Book of Luke, chapter 21 and 20. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh.
Mm-hmm.
Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto.
Mm-hmm.
For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. For there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people.
So this is talking about the destruction of 70 of the temple of 70 AD, right? It lasted a little longer than that, like 69 to 73. But what they call the destruction of 70 AD is right here in the book, right? By the hands of Titus and Vespasian, two Edomites, right? That's hatred. Deuteronomy 28:49.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 49. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 49.
Y'all gotta give it up for not, man. In them pages.
This is verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
Yep. So he's going to bring them from the end of the earth as swift as the eagle flies. Right? What's going to happen next? Keep going.
And he shall eat, Salakia, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young.
That's wicked. They're going to have your old ladies working, young kids working. They're going to be beating and killing your old ladies and your young kids. And the people in between.
Everything.
Right? That's not something that we want. What in the hell? No, don't do that. My computer acting wild. It's trying to restart in the middle of me on live right now. To do an update. We could update it 12. My bad, y'all. Hold on a second. All right. Wow. Okay. But yeah. So that's wicked, right? If you were to go to verse 68, the slavery that they put us through, that's wicked. And we know what the result of that was, right? 64, when they scatter us in the transatlantic slave trade and other slave trades, that's wicked, right? Zechariah 11:5, the oppressors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. That's wicked, right? We could tell you who that happened to. Like you could bring up Lando Castile, Icod Gurley, Michael Brown, Eric Garner,
on and on.
Trayvon Martin, Tamir Rice.
Right.
It's a bunch of them, right? So, like, just keep going. That's wicked. So, that's perpetual hatred, right? Now, something else to tie the knot together. When you go into the tumult, right? In Psalm 83 and 1. I'm gonna give y'all the precepts for the sake of time. We're not gonna read all of them, but I'm gonna make sure you get them in the order, right? So if you were to go to Psalm 83, verse 1,
it's the book.
Gives you
want to read that or
yeah,
not?
in fact, yeah, you can read that.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter.
This is gonna give you the tumult. And then there's something that comes with this, right? With them taking over the world, them being the nation that everybody is controlled by at this point, them being the ones that run everything, they're in a situation where they can control what's being taught, what's said, what's done, all of that type of stuff. And with this tumult that we're about to read about, they allowed something to be done, which is them taking our identity. Part of the tumult is everybody keeping the secret that we are actually the Israelites and that they are the Edomites. Go ahead, read that.
It's the book of Psalm, chapter 83, and verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult,
Mm-hmm.
and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
Yep.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Mm-hmm.
They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
And that's the whole plan, that the name of Israel be no more in remembrance. They don't want our name to be remembered anymore. They don't want people to remember or to like know, to be able to look up, hey, these people are the Israelites. Ain't no thing, there's no such thing as Jewish. These are the Israelites. Right? These are the original people. There's no such thing as a black person. That's a color from the crayon box.
Yeah.
Nobody's black, nobody's white.
Right.
Brown is a color they made up too. So it's like those are the things we have to understand, right? At some point. And part of this tumult is just that. Them being able to make the name of Israel be no more remembrance, whether it's for us or for everybody else. Right? Gamal Nasir told everybody that the real Jews left black and came back white.
That's
now,
right.
Nobody gives a damn that anybody left black and came back white.
None.
Right? So the name of Israel is no more in remembrance. Right?
Let me finish.
That's it on that.
Let me finish that verse 4.
Okay, you can finish that. But
yeah. Well, actually, let me go down. I'll just go down to verse 5 because we know who it is. Verse 4, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Mm-hmm.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
Mm-hmm.
They are confederate against thee.
Yep. Just like that Confederate flag, right? That red Confederate flag that goes against us.
Right.
Right? So, yeah, man. And if you go to Zechariah chapter 9 and verse 6, right? Revelations 2 and 9, Revelations 3 and 9, all three of those scriptures explain to you that, well, there's blasphemy of somebody that says they are Jews and are not, and that same bastard is dwelling in Ashdod, which is in Israel right now. Right? The Gentiles are trotting on the land, so to speak, until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. These three scriptures are explaining to you what the New Testament was talking about when that was mentioned, right? You see in Zechariah 9 and 6 who's being talked about there. Once you Google Ashdod and you see, oh, he's talking about Jewish people. That means Zechariah 9 and 6 is calling the Jewish man a bastard, saying that they don't have an actual father. That's because they're Jewish people. Amos 3 tells us the only family on the earth that God knows are the Israelites. He doesn't know Esau's kids just because they're Isaac's nephews and nieces. Right. He only knows Isaac's kids through Jacob, right? Or I said nephews and nieces. They're Isaac's grandchildren, right? Jacob's nephews and nieces. But they're not known by the Most High, right? Even though they're that close to the family. It's because there's only one family that he knows. So, that being the case, nobody else could try to sneak in there to try to say they know anything or that they're a part of anything. Therefore, if they're to call themselves Israelites, that would be blasphemy. Because that's a nation that already belongs in a title that already belongs to somebody, which would be us, right? So our Revelations 2 and 9 reads the way it reads. And Zechariah 9 and 6 calls them a bastard because they don't actually have a father. The father is the Most High, right? Our father is the Most High. They don't have a father because the Most High is for us and us only, as the Bible says. So, what happens to Esau, right? For lying, for taking our identity. This is something else that has to be understood because if this doesn't happen to the people we think it's going to happen to, I think we're going to have some issues. If Esau is black and what we're about to read happens to more black people, what the hell is going to happen with the United Nations and Russia and Turkey, Iraq, Iran? What happens to all them places?
Right.
I don't understand. And then who the hell are the black people that are the Edomites? What nation is the black Edomites at? Like where, who and where are they? That's what I want to know from y'all. If you got that answer. Are they in Congo, Mississippi, where Indiana? Where are they? That's what I want to know. Serious question. Okay. So give me Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30 and verse 7. And the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee.
Facts. Black Edomites is supposed to be an oxymoron, but unfortunately, sis, there's some brothers and sisters that think it's an oxy-fact. They think it's a fact, right? It's not. But Deuteronomy 30 and 7 says all these curses are going to come upon our enemies, right? So that means there's certain things that have to happen to them that happen to us. When we start to see these things happen, how are people going to feel that thought that the Edomites was somebody else?
Wow.
It's going to be crazy.
I know.
It's going to be crazy. There's a lot of precepts we can read to find out what happens with Esau. Damn. I got to try to sort through some of these, see which ones I want to read. Here, give me Job 27 first. Let's do that.
Job 27?
Yeah, let's get Job 27 and 12 first. Because if I read one of those scriptures that I gave, I feel like I'm going to have to read all of them.
Oh, okay. It's the book of Job, chapter 27 and verse 12. Behold, all ye yourselves have seen it. Why then are ye thus altogether vain? This is the portion of a wicked man with God.
So look, this is what's going to happen with a wicked man, right? Go ahead.
Verse 13. This is the portion of a wicked man with God, and the heritage of oppressors, which,
go ahead.
Which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword.
Yeah, man. If Esau's children be multiplied, it's so that they could get killed, right? Here, I'm going to read this right quick while you hold that. Proverbs 16 and verse 4, right? It says, the Lord, Yahweh, hath made all things for himself, yeah, even the wicked for the day of evil. You feel me? So, yeah, he most definitely did what he did, right? And if they be multiplied, it's just so that they could be killed, right? It's so that we can, destroy them so that they don't rise and make cities.
That's right.
That would be the whole point. It's to allow us to get the glory of that. When you wake up to this truth and you find out that the Edomite is like eternal enemy, you know what I'm saying? If you're in the right spirit, I believe, it make you feel like you just want to destroy them. And as this feeling gets more and more built up inside of us, right? As times come close to the end, I feel like once we get there, the ones that are supposed to really feel like it, they're going to be like, yo, forget this. And they're going to be ready to just kill some Edomites. And it's going to be a lot of this stuff happening, especially when folks get that spiritual power. It's going to be a wrap. You know what I'm saying? So, keep going on, Job.
God. Verse 14. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. Those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep. Though he heap up.
Yeah, we're going to bury them in death, And their widows ain't gonna be sad. They gonna get to go with a nice big old black man.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 16. Though he heap up silver as the dust and prepare raiment as the clay.
Yeah, Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos, whatever his damn name is, right? Go ahead.
He may prepare it, but the just shall put it on.
Yeah.
And the innocent shall divide the silver.
They can prepare it. He can get that dang Amazon money ready.
Yep.
He gonna have to give it up when it's time.
That's
right? Him,
That's right.
Donald Trump, Warren Buffett, if
All
he's
of
still
them.
alive.
Elon Musk, all of them.
Elon must give up the gold.
Right.
Right? Elon musty ass. He gonna have to give us something. He got to give everything. Tesla, I don't even know if we're gonna want that. But whatever he got at the time, he gonna have to give it to us. Jeff Bezos gonna have to give up his spaceship.
Yep.
All his money, riches, whatever it is. Some of them I think are just rich according to the like world system we have now. I don't know how much like real world commodities they got. So I don't know how rich they're gonna actually be when it comes time for them to be able to give up with stuff. I don't know what an Israelite man with power gonna want to do with a spaceship. But
figure something out, make it an amusement park or something. I don't know, inside. I don't know.
Try to see who could lift it up. And the one that can gets a popsicle stick, and the ones that can't get their head chopped off. I don't know. We gotta come up with some nice game. But like it's a whole lot of scriptures, man. I don't even just keep reading on
that. Verse.
You on 15, I think? 15, 16?
15. No, that's not where I was, is it?
You just finished 14.
Did I lose my spot? Slakia. What was it?
We just read 15. It's a Job.
Yeah, I got it. Slakia. This is verse. This is verse 18. He buildeth his house as a moth, and as a booth that the keeper maketh. The rich man shall lie down, but he shall not be gathered. He openeth his eyes, and he is not. Terrors take hold on him as waters. A tempest stealeth him away in the night. The east wind carried him away, and he departeth. And as a storm hurleth him out of his place. For God shall cast upon him, and not spare. He would fain flee out of his hand. Men shall clap their hands at him, and shall hiss him out of his place.
You see that? Psst, hey.
Get out.
Get your ass out of there.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we're going to be doing to Esau. Right? Get back to work, you damn cracker.
God.
But we're going to be the ones cracking the whip. What is cracking his ass with? So, yeah, man, that's what we got to look forward to, right? Psalm 37 and 9. Here, I'll read that right quick.
God.
I will read that. Psalm 37, verse 9. It says, for evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord shall inherit the earth. God. Right? So this also leads to what's going to happen to them when you get into the book of Revelation, about them getting cut off and everything like that. Or the book of Obadiah, when it talks about them being destroyed, right? That's why those things are mentioned, because they're the nation of evildoers. They're the border of wickedness. They have to be cut off for things to actually flow the way that they were intended to flow, right? But before anything can be cut off, you have to identify what the problem is. In this instance, you'd have to be able to identify who the people are. That's the problem. And a lot of our people are having issues with that, whether it's because of slavery, whether it's because of the indoctrination from school and they got you loving these people, whatever it is. Family members, your girl white, whatever it is, right? We got to get to the point where, as a people, we're more worried about us as a people, as opposed to what other people might think about the way we feel. So Just because you got white friends or people that you cool with that are so-called white, don't mean that you have to feel bad about them being the Edomites and them, being destroyed when the time comes. Right? It's possible to find a balance. Some brothers can't, so they just drop all their fucking people that they know like that. Some people, they can find a balance, and not to say that they're cool with these folks, but they might come around, you see them at work, you make jokes about them, the subliminal jokes that they can't, they don't know nothing about. I call it crap because in my job, Edomites all the time. They don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The hell is that? It's just a nickname in my language. It means good dude. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I'm Edomite then. Yes, you are.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? So sometimes just play with them, Oh, yeah, you damn Edomite. What the fuck is an Edomite? It just means red man. Oh, yeah, it's hot. I'm red. Yes, you are. Right? So I play with them sometimes. But, it's just it's a way to be funny, right? But main thing you got to understand is that our people have to get to the point where we're not so worried about what they think. And I think that's the real reason so many of our people rather have been afraid to come out and just say these are the Edomites. Right? These are people that have no place in the kingdom of heaven except as slaves for a time.
Right.
That's it. These people was never supposed to be above us. They're the basis of all men, even when they get the bread. Yeah, it just means good dude. It ain't nothing. Whatever it is, right? To let them know this is what you are. You Edomite. Damn Idumeans. What's Idumean? Oh, it means you be doing real good stuff. I don't know. But that's all I got for y'all, man. I ain't really got nothing else. I had a whole bunch of precepts to prove what happens to Esau. I had some more precepts to get into how to tell Edomite nations and stuff, but I feel like y'all got the gist of it. When we got lessons, when we got more time, I'll probably make a PowerPoint or something like that and do it more in depth. Or I might say some of them precepts for the Boule lesson. That actually might be a good idea. Probably say those for the Boule lesson. All right. Hope y'all enjoyed it, man. Shouldn't be no questions on who Esau is now. Really shouldn't have been after we did the first part of the video when you Google Edomite books because you decide to read because you want to do research yourself, right? Look up some books on the Edomites. They're always white people. It's never
something?
Jake.
Right.
Huh?
I said, isn't that something?
Yeah, it is. To me, it is. Like, it's never, ever Jake. Never Jake.
Never Jake.
The Edomite is always a white person. They'll always make Jacob a white person, but the Edomite is also always a white person. And they give him red hair. What other people do you know besides reddy niggas? And their hair not even really red. It's like a brownish with a red undertone. But like, who you ever seen with real actual red hair besides white people?
Right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ha. Hold up. Not the banging. The banging.
So,
Fuck no, not the banging.
So, that's after we show the books, it really shouldn't have been no lesson. I could just, that's the answer. Go buy a book. Shalom. Know what I mean? Because the book's in there. And what's crazier is it's so-called white people writing the books telling you they're the Edomites. Right?
That's right.
So, that's all I got, man. Hope y'all enjoyed the lesson. Hope y'all could hope y'all could put some stuff behind it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, add on to it. You know what I'm saying? So anytime you got people that want to question who the Edomites are, shouldn't be anything that y'all can't bring out now to prove it. Whether it's Genesis, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's proving that the earth has been given unto them, whether it's proving that they're the people that have taken our, heritage. They're pretending to be us. They're the bastard dwelling in Ashdod, right? All these different things. They're the cave dwellers that were sent to the Caucasus Mountains, right? At the end of that saying, Job talks about how now we are their song. Same thing Ezra says. These people that have ever been reputed as nothing, now they've become lords over us, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about the same damn people.
The same base men. That historical references them as wild men.
Which we saw in a historical painting as wild men. It don't get no better than that. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. There's no other way to prove it. It's out there. So hope y'all enjoyed the lesson, man. Wait. It's one more picture. It's a picture I just thought about. It's just one picture. Hold on. Let me see if I can find this real quick. Hold on just a second. We've showed this picture before, but I just thought about it because the damn girl in the picture is an Edomite. Hello. Let me find. Yeah, you ugly bitch. Woman. Hold on a second. Let me pull this up. All right, bet. Yeah. All right. Before we go, one last picture for the dip out, for the dip set. This is King Emmanuel of the Byzantine Empire, and this woman of Antiochus, of Antioch, right? Of Edom, of Idumea. This Idumean woman with the Antioch last name, who marries this Byzantine king Emmanuel, who comes after Septimius Severus, right? He married a white woman with the red hair, and she's an Edomite, Idumean, with the same last name as the man who took over the Israelites and told them that they can't call themselves the Jews no more. His name was Antiochus Epiphanes. This is Mary of Antioch. So, yeah.
And Antiochus Epiphanes was an evil guy. It was an evil Edomite.
Yep. So I just wanted to put that out there. They even got images still with the Antiochians having red hair and pale skin. And they still marry niggas, right? So
a lot of that going on back then.
Hold on. I just want to throw that out.
Absolutely. Con.
All right. Shalom.
All right, I hope everyone was edified. I hope everyone got a chance to write these precepts down. You can go over them with your families during your study times with your families. Break down these precepts for them. Break down and teach this to our children, because the schools do not teach what we are bringing out. They are teaching their narrative. They're teaching their story. They're giving and teaching lies and propagating it so that our people never come back to who they are. So it is very important for us as teachers, as parents, as those who are trying to keep the commandments, to teach this to our families. Vitally important. I love this history. History was a minor. I minored in history. I believe Captain Al-Ya'al was also maybe a history minor, a history major. So this is something that we love to do already. Now to incorporate the scriptures and realize that they're our history book. Oh man, it's over with. I'm gonna stay in this till it's time that the Most High calls me home. But great class. I hope everyone again was edified. I want to go back over a few things before we head out, and that is again to remind everyone, especially those who may be in the Bay Area. For those who will be in the Bay Area, we have a groundbreaking event coming up. This is August 26th in San Francisco. We know what that's about. The official camp groundbreaking, Anointed House of Saints, San Francisco, and we will be joined in a unity camp with believers of the way, Nation of Kings and Priests, and also Malachium. This will start at 12 p.m. specific time, Central Time. This will also be at Pier 39. It's a pretty well-known establishment in San Francisco, right in front of the Ben & Jerry's ice cream parlor. Again, all brothers and sisters who may be in the area, who, you might be on the class tonight and didn't know about it. You may be even visiting California or San Francisco around this time. If so, stop by and say hello to the brothers out there who will be bringing out this good word. Also, if there are any brothers out there right now who want to join with us, right? Who want to help build this congregation, you can become a part of our prospect class. We are just now pretty much at the end of a prospect phase. We will be starting one soon after. Anyone who is interested, please send your interest to anointedhos@gmail.com. We will get the information to you as to when things will get started for the next phase. All right, because we would love to have you, and we're looking for men who are willing to do the work of the Most High, who are going to be diligent, who are going to study, who are going to be leaders of their houses. Right, we need men that are going to lead their homes. We need men that are going to teach their wives and teach their children. Also, any sisters who may be wanting to join the congregation, because we need you to build this kingdom. Also, for our feasts and holy days, we have our food preparation. We have the feast preparation. We also have sisters who are very good at sewing, at putting all types of things together. We want to get something established with our women and then with the children. So any women who want to step in and put their brick in, please do the same. Send an email to anointedhos@gmail.com. All right. And we will get that information to you as to how you can become a part or start your building your bricks with the Anointed House of Saints. Captain, is there any last words before I get the scripture?
Nah, hope y'all have a good night. Y'all make sure that y'all like the video, Baba Kasha, please. Last video we had got taken down, copyright.
Oh,
we even got that, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yeah, what's up? You guys understand?
Yes, Lockie. I saw someone in the chat earlier. I think it was one of the brothers said, would we be able to do that class over since it was taken down? And I think, what do you say, Cap?
Yeah, we can do it again.
We'll just
it ain't gonna be right away, but we'll do it again.
Right. We'll do it again. Yeah, we'll just have to tweak a few things because Esau and the other nations don't like it when we bring out too much truth. They try to find any kind of way to even override copyright disclaimers. So, right. So that's kind of what happened with that, right? If everyone, let me see, how can I do this? I would like to know if everyone enjoyed the class, and if you have any ideas of what you want to, what you want to hear on Mondays, on Milk Mondays, let us know. You can send us an email. You can title it Milk Monday suggestions, and let us know, what you would like to learn about. And we'll look it up and we'll research it and probably bring it out. Right. All right. So again, giving all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. I'm going to come with the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 18. Let me pull it up here real quick. All right. And it reads, as soon as I find it, there we go. And it reads, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. And with that, this is Officer Knock,
Captain All, the aristocrat.
That's right. And we are the Anointed House of Saints. Thank you for stepping in and sitting in on another Milk Monday. Pray that everyone has a productive week coming up, and we hope to see you next time on Milk Monday. Shalom.
Shalom.
This is not a test.
black sauce, black Jesus, black music, black skin, black sauce, black Jesus, black music, black skin, black sauce.